Om. Kujantam Rama Ramedi Maduram Maduraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam Valmikir Munisimhasya Kavita Vanacharinaha Shrunvan Rama Kathanadam Konayadi Param Gadim Yepivam Satatam Rama Charitamrita Sagaram Adriptastam Munim Bande Pracheta Samakalmasham Goshpati Kritavarashim Mashaki Kritarakshasam Ramayana Mahamala Ratnam Bande Nilatmajam Anjananandanam Viram Janaki Shokanashanam Kapisham Akshahantaram Vande Lanka Bhayankaram Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vadatmajam Vanarayota Mukyam Sri Ramadotam Shirasa Namami Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kridamastakanjalim Bashpavari Paripurna Lochanam Marutim Namadarakshasantakam Valmiki Giri Sambodha Ramasagara Gamini Punati Bhuvanam Punya Ramayana Mahanadi Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharadatmaje Veda Pracheta Sadasid Sakshat Ramayanatmana Apatam Dataram Sarva Sampadam Lokabhiramam Sriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdhaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai Umapati Mahadev ki jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki jai Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. The physical description of Ravana. Mighty he was, and lying down there on the couch, and even though he had said to be having 10 heads and 20 arms, in normal circumstances, he is seen to be only like any other ordinary human being. Symbolically, it means when we are with ourselves, we are what we are, normal. In the presence of Indriya Bhoga Vastuni, in the presence of the Bhoga Vastus, Indriyani Indriyarteshu Vartanteva. Arteshu Vartante Indriyani. The sense organs are necessarily trying to indulge in the sense objects. This is the nature of the senses. And so each of the senses would take its own swarupa and occupy the mind and express itself and engage and indulge. And when denied, deprived, it will anger the mind. And that's when we show our swarupa. In the same way, as much as here portrayed as Ravana, he the one who, otherwise being with himself, when enraged, angry, desirous, his tense head representing 10 different sense organs, 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas, they appear to express themselves very strongly. Otherwise, he was lying down there. Tasam, Chandra, and all the wives of him who are serving him there, seeing this further, looking at the women who are all there with him. Here, Hanuman further understands the condition of these women. They are all not very ordinary ones. They are specially kidnapped and brought by Ravana. So here, Madhavyama Striyas Madhavyama Kinnasta.
Madhavyama Kinnasta.
Madhavyama Kinnasta.
Madhavyama Kinnasta.
Rakshasendrasya Yoshitaha.
Rakshasendrasya Yoshitaha.
Teshvavaka. Angaharaistatinyaha.
Angaharaistadainya. Angaharaistadhaivanyaha.
Komale Nityashalini.
Komalair Nrityashalini.
Nityasta Shubha Sarvangi. Sorry, Vinyasta Shubha Sarvangi.
Vinyasta Shubha Sarvangi.
Prasupta Varavarnini.
Prasupta Varavarnini.
1 minute, I think. Let me check here. Still on. Okay.
Vinyasta Shubha Sarvang.
Okay. It's going. Okay. There's some disturbance here, I saw. So. काचित् वीणां परिष्वज्य
काचिद्वीणां परिष्वज्य
प्रसुप्ता सप्तकाशते सम्प्रकाशते
प्रसुप्ता सम्प्रकाशते
महानदी परिकीर्णेव
महानदी प्रकीर्णेव
नलिनी पोतमाश्रिता
नलिनी पोतमाश्रिता
अन्या कक्षगतेनैव
अन्या कक्षगतेनैव
मट्टुकेनासिते क्षणा
मड्डुकेनासिते क्षणा
प्रसुप्ता भामिनी भाति
प्रसुप्ता भामिनी भाति
बालपुत्रेव वत्सला
बालपुत्रेव वत्सला
पटहं चारु सर्वाङ्गी
पटहं चारु सर्वाङ्गी
न्यस्य शेते शुभस्तनी
न्यस्य शेते शुभस्तनी
चिरस्य रमणं लब्ध्वा
चिरस्य रमणं लब्ध्वा
परिष्वज्येव कामिनी
परिष्वज्येव कामिनी
काचित् वीणां परिष्वज्य
काचिद्वीणां परिष्वज्य
सुप्ता कमललोचना
सुप्ता कमललोचना
वरं प्रियतमं गृह्य
वरं प्रियतमं गृह्य
सकामेव हि कामिनी
सकामेव हि कामिनी
विपञ्चीं परिगृह्यान्या
विपञ्चीं परिगृह्यान्या
नियता नृत्यशालिनी
नियता नृत्यशालिनी
निद्रावशमनुप्राप्ता
निद्रावशम् अनुप्राप्ता
सह कान्तेव भामिनी
सह कान्तेव भामिनी
अन्या कनकसङ्काशैः
अन्या कनकसङ्काशैः
मृदुपीनैर्मनोरमैः
मृदुपीनैर्मनोरमैः
मृदङ्गं परिविद्याङ्गैः
मृदङ्गं परिविद्याङ्गैः
प्रसुप्ता मत्तलोचना
प्रसुप्ता मत्तलोचना
राक्षसेन्द्रस्य योषितः the wives of Ravana mada vyama kinnastaha. Mada is intoxication, vyama is indulgences, sensualist indulgences. Mada vyama kinnaha, being exhausted. Kid is to get tired, agitated, or sometimes tired, agitated, exhausted. Kinnaha ta yoshitaha. Teshu avakasheshu, wherever they were, the place, prasuptaha, they are all seem to be completely in slumber. Tanumadhyamaha, meaning all of them are slim-waisted, meaning young. They're not old at all. Angaharaihi tadaivanyaha. Some of them who have had the very beautiful gestures in their body while sleeping, komale nrityashalini. Even while laying down, their hands and legs appear to be having a dance pose. Probably the children who are, you might have seen those who have been practicing for their arangetram day in and day out for the past few months. When they are sleeping also, they are in that pose. In that way. So, or in the children, when they are playing video games, and then when they go to sleep, they are in the same condition as though they are fighting. Vinyasta Shubha Sarvangi, holding that particular posture or very gesture, Shubha Sarvangi, Prasupta Varavarnini, sleeping there, who is best among one of the best of the beautiful girls there. So when we are sleeping, in what condition or what posture we are sleeping, we will never know. Somebody has to take a picture and show, this is what you are. Sometimes we are, totally unaware. When I was teaching in Sandipani, one person came. I might have told you this before also. He said, most of our physical problems are because of the kind of posture in which we are sleeping in the night. Because imagine almost 6 to 8 hours in the deep slumber, how our physical body is, we do not know. And sometimes we do the mistake of, our posture, lying down incorrectly, and that is maintained. And accordingly, the blood circulation also goes on, and that leads to problems. Some people who lie down upside down, or some people lie crooked, or some people put one leg over the other. So when they sleep like this, obviously, the body will remain in that condition for a long time because we are unaware of that. Sometimes you might remember when you are traveling, you put your hand below your head, and then sleep, and then next morning you can't even raise your hand because that blood circulation has been cut off from that. So here, all of them are into that particular condition, not only because of the sleep, but what led to sleep: intoxication, indulgence, exhaustion. Somebody, Kachit, Veenam Parisajya, holding on to or hugging on to a Veena, Prasupta Samprakashate, is seen to be very beautifully lying down, holding on to the Veena. So it is like a Mahanadi Parikirna Iva Nalini. Nalini means a lotus which is blooming in the night is now holding on to in the river, holding on to a boat, lying on the boat. In the same way, Nalini Podam Ashrita. Podam boat, Podam Ashrita Iva. So it looked like that. Anya, another one, Kakshagate Naiva, in her, Kaksha, in the Kaksha, then Mattukena Asita Ikshana, one who is having Asita Iksha. Black-eyed beauty she was, in her armpits. So she is holding on to a Mattuka, an instrument, musical instrument, and Prasupta Bhamini Bhati, she is lying down as it is. She is looking like a mother hugging the child. Bala Putra Iva Vatsala, the mother holding on to a young infant. Pataham Charu Sarvangi Nyasta Shete Shupastani, one who has a very slim stomach. She is the one, one who has a beautiful breast, Shubhastani, Stana. And she is holding on to a tambourine. And tambourine she's holding on in her hand. Charu Sarvangi, Chirasya Ramanam Labdva, and keeping the head on that, Parishvajya Iva Kamini. Chirasya Ramanam Labdva. A long time she's finding a joy in the night, not under the head. So she's also holding on to the tambourine in the hand, but she had been having a great night in the whole indulgence. Charasya Ramanam Labdva, Parishvajya Iva Kamini, holding on to one's own beloved husband. Kachit Veenam Parishvajya, again another is holding on to Veena. Supta Kamalalochana, with the lotus eyes. Varam Priyatamam Grihya, having found her own beloved. Sakameva hi Kamini, how she is so fond of holding on to him and sleeping. In that way she was. And another one, Vipanchim Parigrihyanya, again another one holding on to the, again Veena, Vipanchi it's called, which is 7 strings. Niyata Nrityashalini, she is also very well-known dancer. Nidravasham Anuprapta, having been coming under the sway of this sleep, Sahakanta Iva Bhamini, holding on to that Veena as though her own beloved. All these are all explained by Hanumanji only to show that the condition of you will be unpredictable if you are in slumber due to intoxication. People who have drunk do not even know that they are walking. They are holding on to a lamppost when talking to that seriously. So you lose your ability, lose your attention. Not even that, you start blabbering and idiotically. These are all happens. These are all will happen when a person is under the influence. That's why they say don't drive under influence. If you would like to live on, if you don't want to, if you do not want to meet old age, drink and drive. Then you will reach your end even before you get old. And anya mrudupa kanaka sangashaihi mrudupine manoramaihi. And another one, anya kanaka sangashaihi, like golden hue, mrudupinaihi, having the very soft bosom, manoramaihi, most delightful, mridangam parividya, having heard to mridanga, closely holding on to the bosom, prasupta mattalochana, with intoxicating eyes, she is already slept. Bhujapashantarastena
Bhujapashantarasthena
kakshagena kushodari
kakshagena krushodari
panavena saha nindya
panavena saha nindya
supta supta madakridashrama
supta madakrita shrama
indimam parigrhyanya
dindimam parigrhyanya
tadaivasakta dindima
tathaivasakta dindima
prasupta tarunam vatsam
prasupta tarunam vatsam
upagrihyeva bhamini
upaguhyeva bhamini
kachidadambaram nari
kachidadambaram nari
bhujasam bhoga pididam
bhuja sambhoga piditam
kritva kamalapatrakshi
kritva kamalapatrakshi
prasupta madamohita
prasupta madamohita
kalashim apavidyanta
kalashim apavidyanya
prasupta adibhamini
prasupta bhati bhamini
vasante pushpa sabala
vasante pushpa shabala
maleva parimarjita
maleva parimarjita
panibhyam chakuchau kachit
पाणिभ्यां च कुचौ काचित्
suvarna kalashobhamau
सुवर्णकलशोपमौ
upagrihtya bala suptaha
उपगुह्याबला सुप्ता
nidra chala parajita
निद्राबलपराजिता
okay. Anya kamalapatrakshi
अन्या कमलपत्राक्षी
purnendu sadrishanana
पूर्णेन्दुसदृशानना
anyama susronim
अन्या मालिङ्ग्यसुश्रोणीम्
prasupta madavihvala
प्रसुप्ता मदविह्वला
atodyani vichitrani
आतोद्यानि विचित्राणि
atodyani vichitrani
आतोद्यानि विचित्राणि
parishvasya varastriyah
परिष्वज्य वरस्त्रियः
nipitya chakuchai suptaha
निपीड्य च कुचैः सुप्ताः
kaniva.
कामिन्यकामुकानिव.
Again, further description of the sleeping women there. Bhuja pashantarastena, between the bhujas, shoulders, kakshagena, krushodari, krusha udari, slim waist again. Udara is the stomach, and manda udara also. Manda udara, krusha udara, both are same. Then pranavena saha nindya, anindya, unblemisable. Nindya means subject to censuring, subject to criticism, subject to being ridiculed, but or complained. Defect. Anindya, beautiful, unblemishable. Panavena, Panava again, a kind of a tabor. Panavena, Sahavinya, Sahanindya, Supta, Madakruta Shrama. Because of the mother, because of the liquor or the intoxication, Kruta Shrama, tired out of that. So that is why it is said, when you go to sleep, it should not be out of exhaustion. When we sleep out of exhaustion, it is complete slumber. No doubt you enjoy that. I mean, that's why people who cannot sleep go and take a sleeping pill or some kind of a liquor, some kind of a drug. Why? Because the mind is disturbed and physically they are not able to go to sleep. Mind does not go to sleep. But whereas the physical body is not exhausted. Why physical body exhausted? Either it is because of overwork or overindulgence of eating, etc. But say Bhagavan Krishna says, Yukta ahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapna vabodhasya yogaha bhavati dukkhaha. In the context of meditation, he said, engaging in the world, eating the food, sleeping, these three things must be done with greater attention. Because all these things can be overdone and one can get exhausted. Oversleeping is also going to exhaust you. That is because you are physically extremely tired. Overeating also make the body very tired, because eating just before sleeping, going and eating, roughly 10 o'clock you eat, and then 10:30 or 11 o'clock you sleep. Then the body will become extremely unhealthy. It will create a lot of toxic contents in the body because it is unable to digest the food as efficiently as it would do during the daytime. So overeating, oversleeping, over-engaging in the world. Whereas moderation in all levels, sleep, action, and eating, would enable the body to sleep, and mind also will engage in the same way. Otherwise, body is tired, mind is not. Or mind is tired, body is not. So that the going to sleep must be a willful act of both the body and the mind. Then that sleep, even if it is short, maybe 5, 6 hours, 7 hours, it will be very refreshing. That's why he said, Yukta ahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapna avabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. So that is why in our Yoga Shastra, there is something called Yoga Nidra is prescribed. Yoga Nidra is where you make your body go to a state of actionlessness by the command of the mind, by instructing the body through the mind to go to slow and steady actionless state. You command the body to go to sleep. Command the body to not sleep, but to rest. By thus making your mind able to have a control over the physical body's movements, and slowly engaging in the incoming and observation of incoming and the outgoing breath, Yoga Nidra is the best way to take rest. And such a person who is able to take rest through Yoga Nidra does not need to sleep too long. Otherwise, most of the time our sleep is trying to sleep, where the physical body is still either too tired and therefore it is exhausted, or it is not tired and ready to work, but we have forcing itself to take rest. So slowly, mind and the body, both of them come together. Here, mother, because of the mother, Madakrita Shrama. Somebody holding on to drum, dindimam parigrihyanya, tadeva sakta dindima, holding on to that. Like what? Prasupta tarunam bastam upagrihyaiva. Sleeping as though holding on to young boyfriend or young husband of hers. Madamohita, again intoxicated by that. Kalashim apividhyanya, holding on to kalasha. Prasupta bhadi bhamini, one more scene. Vasante pushpashabala, during the time of Vasanta, pushpashabala, bunch of flowers, mala iva parimajajita, very well selected flowers, and they are put together as a mala. How they are holding on together tightly, when it made into a mala and a garland. In the same way, holding on tightly. Panibhyam chakucho kachit, and keeping both the hands into the kuchau, into their armpits. And so that Kobanipyam Suvarna Kalashopamau, so, and having the form of Suvarna Kalasha, the golden Kalasha, Kucha. The Kucha is here, can be chest, breast also. Upagriya Abala Supta. Abala. Abala means without any strength physically. Nidra Bala Parashrita. Nidra Bala Parashrita. Being overpowered by the Nidra, the sleep. Anya Kamala Patrakshi, one who is having a lotus eyes. Purnendra Sadrshanana, having the face of even like a moon. Anyam Alingya Sushroni, holding on to the hip of another one. Prasupta Madavikvala, being under the again intoxication. Adodhyani Vichitrani. Interesting. It is having seen that the various different instruments that are given, but Atodhyani, those who are other musical instruments, Vichitrani, Parishvacha, Varashriya, the best of the women, Nipitya Chakuchai Suptaha, Kuchaihi Nipitya, having pressing against the bosoms of oneself. Kaminyaha, Kanaka, Kamukaniva. So they are pressing each other very tightly, like as though they are holding on to their beloved ones. So this way, all of them are seen lying down there. But at the same time, as he was saying, there is one lady, she is exquisitely beautiful and exclusively beautiful because she is lying separately, not along with all others. In a beautiful bed, she is by herself. Tasam ekanta vinyaste.
Tasam ekanta vinyaste.
Shayanam shayane shubhe.
Shayanam shayane shubhe.
Tadarsha rupa sampannam.
Dadarsha rupa sampannam.
Atatam sakapistriyam.
Athatam sakapistriyam.
Muktamani samayuktaihi.
Muktamani samayuktaihi.
Bhushanai suvibhushitam. Bhushitam.
Bhushanai suvibhushitam.
Vibhushayantim Vibhushayantim ivacha.
Vibhushayantim ivacha.
Swashriya bhavanottamam.
Swashriya bhavanottamam.
Gaurim kanakavarnabhihi. Gaurnim Karnavarna Varnabham. Okay. Gaurim Kanagavarnabham.
Gaurim Kanakavarnabham
Ishtam Antapureshwarim.
Ishtamantah Pureshwarim
Kabirmandodarim Tatra.
Kapirmandodarim Tatra
Sayanam Charurupinim.
Shayanam Charurupinim
Tatam Drishtva Mahabahu.
Satam Drishtva Mahabahuhu
Bhushitam Marutatmajah.
Bhushitam Marutatmajah
Tarkayamasa Siteti.
Tarkayamasa Siteti
Rupa Yauvana Sampada.
Rupa Yauvana Sampada
Harshena Mahata Yukto.
Harshena Mahata Yukto
Nananda Hariyutapaha.
Nananda Hariyuthapaha
Aspodayama. Aspodayamasa Jujumba Purcham.
Aspotayamasa Chuchumba Pucham
Nananda Chikrida Jagau Jagama.
Nananda Chikrida Jagau Jagama
Stambana Rohan Nipapada Bhumau.
Stambhana Rohanni Papata Bhumau
Nidarshayan Swam Prakritim Kapinam.
Nidarshayan Swam Prakritim Kapinam
Ekanta Vinyaste. In that very in a solitude, meaning in one small one's place which is away from all this. Shubhane, Shubhe Shayanam Shubhane, sorry, Shayanam, Shubhe Shayanam Shayane. In that very, very exquisite bed, Rupa Sampannam Tam Kapis Striyam, to the one who is most beautiful, one Kapihi Dadarsha, he saw, the monkey saw. She has Muktamani Samayuktaihi Bhushanehi Suvibhushitam. She was wearing the best of the pearls on her body as the ornaments. And Vibhushayantim Ivacha Swasriya Bhavanottamam. Uttamam Bhavanam, that best of the palace, has been illumined by her own brilliance, not necessarily what she was wearing. Swasriya Vibhushayantim Iva. By her own beauty, she has been adding splendor to that place. Gaurim, fair complexion. Kanaka Varna Abam, equal to that of the gold shining there. Antapura Ishwarim, she is the queen of the inner chamber. Kabi Mandodarim Tatra Shayanam, she the one who is known as Mandodari, but obviously Hanuman does not know that it is Mandodari. For us, the Valmiki just says that is Mandodari. Charu Rupini, one who has the beautiful form. Kapihi Drishtva, Tam Drishtva, having seen this lady, the Kapi, Mahabahuhu, Marudatmachaha, Bhushitam Tam Drishtva, see the one who is well ornamented, seeing Sita Yidi Tarkayamasa. This must be Sita, because she has an exquisite beauty, exceptional beauty, lying away from all others, and she seemed to be like a queen, and she has her own splendor coming, emitting out of her body. So Rupa Yovana Sampada, and also very young, beautiful. So Harshena Mahata Yuktaha, delighted by seeing that is Sita, and he was dancing about. Nananda Hariyutapaha. He was starting to dance. Aspotayamasa, with his hand clapping. Jujumba Pucham, having kissed his own tail. Nananda Jikrida, he started to sport and play. Jago Jagama. He moved around here and there, jumping, singing. And what he did was, one pillar was there, he started to climb that on the top. Stambhana Rohan, climbing about, and that one of the pillars there. Then Nipapada, Boomo, again he fell down. Typically like a monkey, when you watch it, it does not have any purpose. It just suddenly it will go up and suddenly it will come down, it will fall out. Nidarshayan swam prakritim kapinam. Kapinam prakritim swam nidarshayan. Demonstrating its natural tendency of being a monkey. He was so delighted. I finally found Sita. This must be the one. Who else can be matching her beauty? And her beauty is adding beauty to the entire place. She's not like anybody else lying down out of slumber, out of intoxication. It appears to be that she is lying down quietly, away from all others, having the majesty of a royal queen. Ittarshe Srimad Ramayana Valmiki Adikavye Sundara Kande Dashama Sarga. Prosperity in human life does not mean you are successful in life. Richness, name, fame, accomplishments, many people around you saying that you are great. You may be a scholar, you may be a man of lot of knowledge, or wealth, or people, or political powers, richness, famous. All these things are, no doubt, appreciated and adored by the world around. And many people fall prey to that. Even among these renunciates, they fall prey to praise and celebration, prosperity, being talked and very well respected, fallen at the feet of such people. One may think that I am great, I'm wanted, I'm successful, I'm important, I'm needed, I'm exclusive, all that. Ego can come in many, many ways, and can very subtly also it can come, even among the men of wisdom. That is why Bhagavan Krishna said, Jnanino Nitya Vairina. Men of real knowledge are aware of the Nitya Vairi. The Nitya Vairi is Manaheva. The mind alone is the constant enemy. It can consider what is of the worldly as spiritual accomplishments. And that is why people go for these siddhis. By obtaining various siddhis, what is that you are going to achieve? You will get name and fame. Oh, when he said that, it came true. That is a siddhi. Or when he says or does something, it is always successful. Another siddhi. Or when he touches, it happens. All these are all meant for worldliness. Bhuktaye natu muktaye. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Bhuktaye, only for indulgence and worldly names, and natu muktaye, not for deliberation. Vairagyameva abhayam. Vairagyameya sreshtam. Renunciation is shining forth out of this detachment. One may be in the midst of all luxuries, but yet mind does not have any dependence on it. So mistaking worldly success and accomplishments, one's own intelligence, scholarliness, some people become Shastrajna, all right, but then Shastra becomes the most important than moksha. I'm writing Vyakhyana for this commentary on that. One becomes intoxicated by that also. One may say, no, I'm not very, fond of name and fame and all the things, but I'm interested in putting my thoughts into the scriptures, my commentary, my own commentary, which people can read and they enlighten themselves. What about you? What are you doing? So that is also another kind of addiction. Mahamandaleshwar, another addiction. Scholarliness. Oh, see, if Ramana Maharshi and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, if they wanted to become Mahamandaleshwar, the scholars around will say, how many commentaries you wrote? How many books are in your name? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa ever wrote any book? Vivekananda did not write any book. He did not publish his papers. He did not argue with the scholars. Oh, why? Because it's waste. It's not necessary. Why should I spend my time on that? Not necessary. So they quietly enjoyed their own inner great bliss and realized state. Siddhi is of that nature. So, here philosophically viewed, Mandodari, the queen of Ravana, is none other than Ravana's brilliance. He was scholarly. And obviously, that is not Sita. But at the outset, it looks like, and even Hanumanji had mistaken this. Now he thinks, can she be? Now this is where we see a sadhaka, a man of correct understanding and guidance, would not fall prey to such, what I call it as, temporary attractions. Even now, many of the so-called Mahatmas, putting their large banner of their own thing, I will touch, this kriya you do, that kriya you do, interviews in the YouTube, this and that. Why? Why publicize? Why market? Why show off so much? Because I want to be shown by, I want to be seen by everybody. I want to put my thoughts into the world. I want to show who I am. Okay, I want to show I am the one who has answer for everything. So that is also another kind of intoxication only. Another kind of indulgence. So here, Hanumanji, he is very, very alert. He no doubt danced and all those things. Then he started to think. Avadhuya chatam buddhim.
Avadhuya chatam buddhim.
Babhuva avasthitastada.
Babhuva avasthitastada.
Jagama chaparam chintam.
Jagama chaparam chintam.
Itam pratimaha kapihi.
Sitam pratimaha kapihi.
Ramena niyukta sa.
Naramena viyukta sa.
Swaptumarhati bhamini.
Swaptumarhati bhamini.
Nabhoktum napyalankartum alamkartum.
Nabhoktum napyalankartum.
Napana supasevitum.
Napanamupasevitum.
Napanam. Okay, manam pasevitum. Nanyam naram upastatum.
Nanyam naram upasthatum.
Suranam abhishwaram.
Suranamapi cheshwaram.
Nahi rama samah kaschit.
Nahi rama samah kaschit.
Vidyate tridasheshvapi.
Vidyate tridasheshvapi.
Anyeyam iti nischitya.
Anyeyam iti nishchitya.
Bhuyastatra chacharasah.
Bhuyastatra chacharasah.
Panabhumo harisreshtah.
Panabhumau harishreshthah.
Sita sandarsanotsukah.
Sita sandarsanotsukah.
Tam buddhim avadhuya. That very thought which he had that this could be Sita having rejected that thought, avaduya, avadu, du is to leave, duya, avaduya, having given up, discarding. Avastitaha tada ababuva, he stood now on the ground, straight and steady. Chintam aparam chintam jagam. He went into deep thinking, Sitam prati, about Sita, that Mahakapihi. He, as a kapi, as a monkey, he behaved. But then, in his own naratvam, manushyatvam, buddhi started to kick in. This is what again shows who a sadhaka, who is a seeker. Seeker is one who never stops seeking. Why? He knows until he really knows what he wants, all other things are to be analyzed and judged correctly. Nothing should be taken for granted as the ultimate. So therefore, he thought, Sa Ramena Vyukta Bhamini Swaptum na arhati. She, the one who has been rejected by Rama, how can she be able to sleep? And I see her sleeping. See, a bhakta never sleeps. A devotee who's feeling that he is been not within the embrace of the Lord, how can he ever indulge in anything? Even sleep is not possible. Na bhoktum, not to indulge, na cha na api alankartum, not even to decorate oneself. Na panam upasevidam, not even to drink such kind of liquor. Na anyam naram upastatum, staying in the close proximity of some other man. Suranamavicha Ishwaram, whether he is the very Ishvara, the Lord of all the Devatas also, such a person who has been rejected by Rama could ever even go near and lie down or stay. Nahi Rama samakaschit. Nobody is equal to Rama. Vidyate. Tridasheshu api. Even in the heavens. Nobody can be equal to him. And therefore, see, Trideshu, Tridasha. So all others have only three dasha, as he says, childhood, adolescence, and youth, and old age. These are all the four, but old age is not there in the case of the celestial beings. That's why it's not there. Three stages of life, not old age. And Anyayam iti. She must be somebody else. Nischitya, having understood or determined. Bhuyaha again. Tatra chachara saha. Again he started to move about there. This I should not mistake to be Sita. Panabhomo Harishreshtaha chachara. Panabhumi is, it's given, translated as banquet hall. Meaning, usually banquet, we call it as a banquet, which is a place where people assemble and have food together. But strictly speaking, it is a place where people drink. Banquet. Sitam samdarshanotsuka. Enthusiastically interested in finding out Sita. Sita sandarshana utsukaha. Kriditair napara klantaha.
क्रीडितेना पराक्लान्ताः
Adena chatata paraha.
गीतेन च तथा पराः
Gitena, sorry. Nrityena chapara klantaha.
नृत्येन चापराक्लान्ताः
Panavigrahatanstata.
पानविप्रहतास्तथा तथा
Murajeshu mrudangeshu.
मुरजेषु मृदङ्गेषु
चेलिकासु च संस्थिताः
चेलिकासु च संस्थिताः
तदास्तरणमुख्येषु
तथा स्तरणमुख्येषु
संविष्टाश्च पराक् स्त्रियः
संविष्टाश्चापरा स्त्रियः
अङ्गनानां सहस्रेण
अङ्गनानां सहस्रेण
भूषितेन विभूषणैः
भूषितेन विभूषणैः
रूपसंलापशीलेन
संलापशीलेन
युक्तगीतार्थभाषिणा
युक्तगीतार्थभाषिणा
देशकालाभियुक्तेन
देशकालाभियुक्तेन
युक्तवाक्याभिधायिना
युक्तवाक्याभिधायिना
रथाधिकेन संयुक्ताम्
रताधिकेन संयुक्ताम्
ददर्श हरियूतपः
ददर्श हरियूथपः
अन्यत्रापि वरस्त्रीणाम्
अन्यत्रापि वरस्त्रीणाम्
रूपसंलापशायिनाम्
रूपसंलापशायिनाम्
सहस्रं युवतीनां तु
सहस्रं युवतीनां तु
प्रसुप्तं स ददर्शः
प्रसुप्तं स ददर्शः
देशकालाभियुक्तं तु
देशकालाभियुक्तं तु
युक्तवाक्याभिधायि च तत्
युक्तवाक्याभिधायि तत्
तदा संसुप्तम्
रताविरतसंसुप्तम्
सुप्तां right ददर्श हरियूतपः
ददर्श हरियूथपः
आसां मध्ये महाबाहुः
तासां मध्ये महाबाहुः
शुशुभे राक्षसेश्वरः
शुशुभे राक्षसेश्वरः
गोष्ठे महति मुख्यानाम्
गोष्ठे महति मुख्यानाम्
गवां मध्ये यथा वृषः
गवां मध्ये यथा वृषः
राक्षसेन्द्र शुशुभे
स राक्षसेन्द्र शुशुभे
ताभिः परिवृत स्वयं
ताभिः परिवृत स्वयं
कर्णे वीर्यतारण्ये
करेणुभिर्यथारण्ये
करेणुभिर्यतारण्ये
करेणुभिर्यथारण्ये
परिकीर्णो महाद्वीपः
परिकीर्णो महाद्वीपः.
Again, going back to the point of where the place where all others are there, kriditena aparaha klantaha. Some people are exhausted out of their sports during the whole night, playing about. Tata aparaha gitena, having spent the time in singing. Nrityena chapara klantaha, others who are exhausted out of dancing. Pana vigrahataha tataha. So other people who have taken, indulging a lot of drinking. Murajeshu, mrudangeshu, chailikasu cha samstitaha. Those who are holding on to the tabor or the mridanga or the another kind of instrument known as chailika. Tata astarana mukheshu. In that very beautiful beds with the bed very well spread, good spreads. Astarana is spread. Sambishtaha, lying down there, chaparaha, striyaha, all these various other women. Angananam sahasrena, bhushitena vibhushanaihi, with thousands of women there in the inner chamber of Ravana, so many of them. Angananam sahasrena, bhushitena vibhushanaihi, decorated by various ornaments. Rupa samlapashilena, having the Rupa Samlapa. So having got indulged in so many different Sanlapa. Sanlapa is engaging in various kinds of indulgences. Yukta Gitartha Bhashina. Sanlapa, so no. Here, Sanlapa is having the ability to express with the correct words. Then the Sheela is the one who has the skill. So those people who have the many women are there, everyone is excelling in something or the other. In here, specific ones are given there. Those who are with able to sanlap, to converse very well. Yukta Gidartha Bhashina, those who are able to sing very well, are capable of doing a lot of, expert singers. Deshakalaabhiyuktena Yukta Vakya Abhidayina. Those people who are able to, those people who are able to use the correct terms for correct situation according to the Desha and Kala, according to time and space. So even in the art of speaking, there is a certain expertise is necessary in terms of choosing what kind of vocabulary you need to use there. So that is also a kind of a skill which these women seem to have, some of them. Radhadikena samyuktam, because of the excessive indulgence, because even their abilities of such kind are not anymore because of their intoxicated drinking, etc. Prasuptam cha tadarshah yuvatinam, sahasram yuvatinam. Anyapi, so samyuktam dadarshah yuvatapaha, anyam anyatrapi vasarastrinam, among all the other best ones are also. Again, this particular two sentences are repeated again. If you see, verse number 7 and 8 are repeated in another ways, 9 and 10. Rupa samlapashayinam, the same. Sahasram yuvatinam tu prasuptam sadadarshah. So thousands of them are lying there. Deshakala abhiyuktam tu yukta vakya, same thing. They are able to use the correct words and terms. Ratavirata samyuktam, samsuptam, again over-exhausted because of the intoxication or the indulgence. Tasam madhye, among them, Mahabahu, mighty-shouldered, Rakshaseshwara, Ravana, Sushube, and he shone, he was shining. In like what? Mahadi Goshte, in that the cow shed, Mukhyanam Gavam Madhye, among the best of the cows, Yata Vrushaha, like a bull. Bull in the cow shed, among the all beautiful, excellent cows, how the Vrusha is, distinguishingly seen. Sarakshasendraha Shubhe Tabihi, among them he was shining. Swayam Parivrataha, Tabihi Parivrataha, by them, surrounded by all of them. It looking like Karenubhir Yata Aranye Parikirnaha Mahatvipaha, like a mighty elephant in the deep forest are surrounded by other female elements. In that way, see, Rakshasendra Ravana is seen. So the mistake that Hanumanji, thought of as Mandodari as Sita, is very clearly seen to be the, because of the Prakriti, because of the usual tendency. But then, wisdom is that, what is wisdom by definition? Knowledge available to you when you need. That is called wisdom. Knowledge not available to you when you need it. It is only available when you're reading. That is jnanam, not vijnanam. Knowledge, not wisdom. Wisdom is that which is acknowledged, no doubt, but available to you when you need. And how do I make my knowledge available to me when you need? By experiencing it. Knowledge experienced becomes wisdom, meaning knowledge experienced become available to you when you need. For example, when I see fire, even when I am told it is very hot, it will burn your hand, when I have experienced it, next time I look at it, I know what it is. Again, I don't need to put my hand. So when is knowledge available to me? When I experienced it, when I know it. It is aparoksha anubhuti. It is my personal experience. So I don't need to again and again put my hand to know that it will be burned. So this knowledge is unfailing knowledge for me. Fire will burn. It is available to me at any time when I want. Whereas only when told by others, when it is only a hearsay information, when you do not have experience of it, then it's very likely it would not come to you. The attention won't be there. So that is why jnana abhyasa is important in the path. Knowing is one thing, but knowing it to make it equally available to you when you need is possible only when experiments on the knowledge takes place. That is what is called true sadhana. Om sarve aganita guna gana.
अगणित गुण गण भूषण रामा आश्रित वत्सल जय जय रामा अयोध्यवासी सीता रामा आपद बांधव जय जय रामा दशरथ नंदन श्री रामा दशमुख मर्दन जय जय रामा कौसल्या सुखवर्धन रामा कामित फलदा जय जय रामा पाप विमोचन श्री रामा पट्टाभिरामा जय जय रामा जानकी जीवन सीता रामा जय रघुरामा जय सिया रामा वानर सेवित श्री रामा वारिधि वंदन जय जय रामा हनुमत पूजित सीता रामा श्री राम जय जय रामा रघुपति राघव राजा रामा पतित पावन सीता रामा श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय जय रामा सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।